Hey everybody, I want you to head down to teespring.com and check out Bondy's boutique and get some of Bondy's merch.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Bondy Blue show. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So let's start off with a little bit of reality talk, okay? And the first topic is Jocelyn Hernandez. Jocelyn has told the Jasmine brand and Gossip and whoever else will listen that Stevie and everybody wants a piece of Bonnie Bella, okay? Everybody want a piece of her and Bonnie Bella. Everybody is down with the shenanigans, okay? I do miss Jocelyn being on television. Apparently, Stevie J is trying to use his relationship with Faith as a way to take primary or full custody away from Jocelyn so that he and Faith can raise Bonnie Bella. And I just kind of feel like that is not cool. And you all of a sudden at this age deciding to marry a woman who is somewhat responsible and not your junior of 20 years or 16 or however the age difference between Jocelyn and Stevie J is. Him finally deciding to stop being a hoe in the way he goes about being in relationships with women. I feel like that's no excuse for you now to take custody of Bonnie Bella away from Jocelyn. I feel like that's messed up. I feel like that's the ongoing theme of their relationship. I'm gonna top you. Let's fight, let's fuss, let's cuss. And Jocelyn, in return, is asking for more child support from him since her funds have kind of sort of dried up. Now she's gonna be on Marriage Boot Camp the upcoming season with her new boyfriend who is also a Stevie J. And I'm just like, have you even been with him long enough for that? Like, have y'all been together long enough for that? Like, get out of here with that. Like, whatever. But I know that she has to in some way make a form of income, and she's done that based off of reality shows. So hopefully Marriage Boot Camp pays a nice penty so that she can get her funds up, because I don't think that I would even want to deal with Stevie at this point. All of this arguing back and forth, pay me the child support, get the fuck out of my facial. Like, get your daughter when you get your daughter, but we not about to fight and go back and forth like this. I think it's immature on both of their parts. I think Stevie is being an asshole, as he usually is. Like, why are you asking for full custody as if Jocelyn doesn't take care of her child? Jocelyn takes care of her child. It is very plain to see. It's also plain to see that she's been living in Miami apartments with no furniture. So, yeah, you may not have the money you used to have, and Stevie is now trying to get hip to what some of the basketball players have done. Instead of paying child support, why not bring Bonnie Bella in to live with me and Faith, make Faith take care of the baby, and that way I ain't gotta pay Jocelyn no child support. But because Jocelyn is such a good mother, I doubt that anybody would take custody away from her, even in this day and age, because she hasn't done anything to endanger the life of her child, as far as we know. But Jocelyn is asking for 20% of Stevie J's income, and I just kind of feel like, Huh? Is that how that works? I don't know if that's how that works. I really feel like she should just focus on trying to collect her bag. Because I think trying to fight back and forth with Stevie is just so tiring. Like, I don't know if I would want to continue to go through this with him. He's been going through child support situations for as long as Stevie J has been famous. We've known him going through child support situations. So it's just... would I feel like going back and forth with him about it? Like, I don't know. But hey, Jocelyn, girl, get your money. Because at the end of the day, a man that will try to take his daughter away from her mother just so he doesn't have to pay child support, fuck him. Also, Bonnie Bella is extremely cute. I just cannot. Extremely cute. Jocelyn and Stevie are scheduled to premiere in court next week. And in other reality show news, let's talk some more about April Jones, y'all. I feel like we've been talking about April for like the past month, and I don't understand why. It's just, we're not talking about you because of your music. We're talking about you because you have consistently gotten online and portrayed yourself as a vagina to be fucked and nothing more. And it doesn't matter how many times you tell us how great of a mother you are, the way you put your personal business out in the street is a contradiction to that as far as I'm concerned. You may take good care of your children, but eventually they're going to grow up and find their mom online smacking her cooch on camera and sucking on the tongue of a lesbian for the moment. Like, if you think that in one way or another your children aren't going to get bullied, your children aren't going to have to hear about this or feel embarrassed about this later in life, you are sadly mistaken. The way, I don't even know what to call what April has been doing and the way she's been portraying herself. Like a bird. Like, nobody wants to see their mom looking like a bird, looking like a high on drugs, touching herself, touching other people on camera bird. Like, nobody wants to see their mom in that light. I don't care what anybody is talking about. Nobody wants to see their mom in that light. And eventually this is going to become an issue for her. And she thinks she's keeping it cute and classy and don't care, but it just shows a sign of immaturity to me. And that continued this week when April was shown in a trailer for Love and Hip Hop in the upcoming season, with her saying that she believes Drew deserves to get some coochie. He deserves to get her vagina at this point. And that she and Drew thought out this process. They were not going to just jump into a relationship based off of the relationships that they've been in. He was there for her when she was going through everything with Omari. And she and Omari still don't have communication. And this is why Moniece was upset, because Moniece felt like, how are you going to intervene or give me advice or talk to me about my relationship with my baby daddy when you and your baby daddy don't even have a relationship? Y'all shit is worse than me and Lil Fizzle Pop shit. So the fact that you feel the need to act superior to Moniece and then to make it seem like Moniece is so crazy, that's their thing. Moniece is crazy. Don't listen to Moniece. Moniece is crazy. My baby mama crazy. I have noticed from Lil Fizz, aka Lil Fizzle Pop, all on his own, that he is immature emotionally. He has never stood up for Moniece. And now Moniece's problem with April is that April continues to cause somewhat of a rift in the dynamic of their family. Meaning, it's not that she doesn't like April. She thinks April is a good mother as far as being around her son. But the relationship that Lil Fizzle Pop and April have has caused Moniece and Lil Fizzle Pop's son to feel the need to lie to Moniece about where he is or what he's doing when he's with his dad and his dad, Lil Fizzle Pop, is with April. Not because of anything Moniece says she's done, but just because of how Lil Fizzle Pop operates. They were trying to hide their relationship, therefore offering up lies to Moniece about whether they were together or not. And Moniece now feels like she's been disrespected because you made her son feel he needs to lie to her. And you've lied about you guys' relationship like she's the public when she has your son. And there was no need to lie because she didn't ask and she didn't care. But apparently for the past 2 years, most people in their circle or around them have known that Lil Fizzle Pop and April have been a thing, okay? They have been in a relationship. They have been together. And April thinks because she says that they've gone through therapy and they've thought about this before they decided to come out with their relationship, that somehow means that she's superior or has more sense. But she doesn't. Because as much as Moniece has jumped across tables and thrown drinks and fought and threw chairs at pregnant bitches, she has never got on camera and sexualized herself in order to get attention, in order to show how, how much these men want to have her. Like, her confidence comes from somewhere else. And that is what I like about Moniece. I also feel like Moniece, has her moments like everybody, but it's always been up front. And ever since she snatched Lil Fizzle Pop's first girlfriend, Amanda, or whatever the fuck the girl name was from the first season, and she snatched her and pulled her across the table because she told her to stop playing with her, and she didn't. So Moniece I've loved Moniece since then. So I, of course, if people want to say I'm biased, that's fine. I don't really care. But based off of April, based off of what I've seen from Fizzle Pop, I'm inclined to believe Moniece's side of the story on things, because Moniece will always say when she has done something. These other people act as if they have no fault whatsoever in the breakdown. And Moniece was on Hollywood Unlocked. We all know that. And I watched both parts of the interview. It was very entertaining. And it spoke largely about her relationship with Lil Fizzle Pop, okay? And how at first he didn't even want to claim their son. And he was on the run and he was, selling drugs and all of this. He's in marijuana, operating an illegal dispensary or some shit like that. She spoke about that and about how there were a whole bunch of times when she could have went and tried to file for primary custody. But she never did that because she always wanted to work it out and not keep Cam away from his dad, because Monique grew up in a 2-parent household with a stepfather that she sees as her father. So Monique's, outlook on this is different. We've all seen how Monique's mom was in cahoots with Lil Fizzle Pop at one point against her. So her family dynamic is dysfunctional, to say the least. But most people's family dynamics are dysfunctional. That's not like a big deal. We've seen so much happen with Monique and her family and their connection to, the music world and in the Norwoods and Brandy and them and all of this type of stuff. And I just feel like she's always been upfront. She's always been somebody who has been just honest about who they are and where they are in their life. And people just received it how they received that. Monique has always said that she gave Cam to Lil Fizzle Pop because she was going through something and she needed to give him to Lil Fizzle Pop until she got herself together. And then everybody looks at her like she's a bad mom, when at the beginning, she's the one that wanted her baby and Lil Fizzle Pop didn't even want to claim her baby. Okay? And then, the people in her family didn't want her to have her baby. Like, she was going through a lot with Fizz. And the April situation only makes it worse because she and April was supposedly friends and supposed to be going on a tour together. And then April and Lil Fizzle Pop get together and now all of a sudden she's acting funny with Monique and getting involved in Monique's issues with Lil Fizzle Pop. Now, she said she was on like a 4-way and everybody's like aggravated with Fizzle Pop because the little boy didn't do his homework. So Monique is like, give me the fucking book. And he sends April to her house, in pajamas while he's sitting in the car to give Monique the book. And her son is like, Mommy, are you mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, just obviously on edge when he realizes that they've come around each other. You know what I'm saying? So the way she was explaining the situation, it seems as if it's true based off of the things I've seen. April, remember when they went on that live and they were going back and forth and April was like, but why are you upset with him? And Monique's point is, that's not your fucking business. Like, I like you cool and everything, but stop inserting yourself in my issue with my baby daddy because you only know him from your perspective. You don't know him from Monique's perspective. And I think that Lil Fizz has shown himself to be very immature. No matter how much he loves his son, he may not necessarily be the best example of emotional or mental stability for his son because of the way he has not dealt with his own issues. Everybody questions whether he was taken advantage of or molested or something like that when he was in B2K. And the way his mom just gave him up at an early age to be a part of B2K, he's always felt abandoned and a need to put himself through some type of pain in order to make sure that everybody's okay. And he has his own issues. And I think he's portrayed it so long like he is the dutiful, wonderful father, single father, and Monique is just a fuck up. And I don't think that's what it is. I think Monique is honest about her fuck ups and he is not. Okay? Now, we talked about the April thing. Let's go ahead and move on to the Tank thing. So 3 years ago, Hollywood Unlocked had like their 4th or 5th interview, somewhere around there. And Tank came into the studio and told this, what I found disgusting, but had its moments of being funny, story about his encounter with Monique. And the way he set it up, he was like, oh, we were all at Brandy's birthday party or something like that. They were at like a R&B music folks event. And y'all know Monique's family, her dad has gotten awards and is involved in music. And he met Monique because Monique liked him. Monique confirms that she liked him. She liked Tank and she wanted to date him. They were talking at a party. Off rip, he makes it seem like she was about to go home with him and fuck him and his 3 homeboys. That's a problem to me because I felt instantly like you were trying to diminish her and portray her as a whore so people wouldn't listen to what she had to say. Like, I didn't like that. That made my skin crawl when he started to talk about her. Like, oh yeah, when we was talking, I'm thinking she gonna have a threesome with me and my homeboys. But then we get, we talk a little longer, and then she's like, oh no, I just want to be with you. We get back, I clean her up, and then I fuck the world up. When you having sex with me, it's like, you making love. I make the woman feel like she been making love with a man, So here's a couple of things. This was 11 years ago when Moniece was like 19 or 20 years old, first of all. So you just explained how you would make a woman feel important. And Moniece said that they didn't just have sex once. Tank made it seem like they had sex one time, and then Moniece started to come to his house and throw eggs and put dog food and burn the grass up. Like, he made it seem like she did all of this off of one night stand that they had, which doesn't even make sense. A girl like Moniece may have self-esteem issues, but doesn't have the self-esteem to do all of this over one dude after one fuck. That don't even make sense. Women don't work like that for the most part, unless they really, really crazy. And I just don't see the rational side of Moniece going crazy over one lay. I don't see it. The lay has to be consecutive and continuous. Women gain feelings by having continued sex. That's how this happens. Now, I could be wrong, y'all. I don't claim to be right about nothing or right about everything. But what I'm saying, from what I understand and what I know of women, is that there's no way they only had sex once. And he even said that her box was good. So in order for you, Tank, to even remember if her box was good, you had to have had sex with her more than once. Like, get the fuck out of here. So that was like the first thing that I thought he was lying. Then when he says that he got her home and cleaned her up as if she was some funky, nasty bitch that he was about to lay down with. The way he was talking about her, I did not like it. I felt like it was disrespectful, and it was his effort to make people not believe anything that she had to say, and to think of her as someone beneath him. I did not like that. Clean her up. Like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, it was his tone. But okay, so that was like the first 10 minutes of him telling that story. As it went on, and you explain how, oh, I come home and I got eggs all over the house. Oh, I come home and, the grass is dead. Or I come home and, a bitch done threw dog food and wrote letters and shit on a brick that she done threw. And like, then the shit started to get funny. But it was the way he was telling the story, all right? Then he explains another instance where I think this was Brandy's birthday party. They met somewhere else before. But this was Brandy's birthday party. And they were all at her house, and he was there. And his story is that she came up to him with the rah-rah shit. She said that that's exactly the opposite of what happened. He actually was mad because she didn't speak to him. Like, oh, you can speak to me when we in the bed the other night, but you can't speak to me now that we around all these people. And so that's when, oh, now I'm going to go and egg your house and all of that. So it had been a relationship of some sort. And then he said that she lied and said she was pregnant, and then wrote something talking about, fuck me one more time or else. Does that even sound like something a woman with any amount of self-esteem would do, y'all? Like, I'm just saying, I know women these days are thirsty, but this was in like 2007. Do you really think that a woman would do all of this and then tell a man, you have to have sex with me one more time? Like, a lot of what he said does not sound like the truth to me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. And then when he explains how he ran into the back of her car because she was leaving out the party, and, he thought it was going to be cool. She rolls down the window and throws water on him. And he says she threw a slushie on him. And he has it all over. It was the way he was telling the story. It was dramatic. So then he says that he got in his car to chase her, and they ended up crashing into one another. And he was about to strangle her, but she was like, oh my God, why would you do that? And all this. And at this point, this is when the stories coincide, because Moniece was like, yeah, I was trying to get the fuck out of there after that. Like, you ran into my car, my nigga. This shit is getting out of hand. So I feel like there's a moment there where, the truth is on both sides. He didn't lie about everything, but it almost felt like he was using her for clout. And she even said that you didn't even talk about your music. You spent 45 minutes telling an outlandish version with no context of a story about me. And the thing about it is, we didn't even hear about this shit until now, because now Moniece responded to it on Hollywood Unlocked. If she had not responded to it, we would have never heard anything about this. We didn't hear about it 3 years ago because she didn't respond. So that just to let you know how What Tank had to say wasn't important until Moniece responded to what Tank had to say. Which is, another thing which lends me to believe that the reason why he wanted to tell that story was not only to embarrass her and to make her seem like some thirsty hoe, but then so he can get some clout off of it. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of didn't work until now. And I just think that anybody that watched that video and didn't see how grimy he was, you're missing it. Like, you need to watch it over again. Because explaining any young woman like that when you have daughters of your own just shows a real disconnect in your emotion towards women. Like, your children are girls. They're going to have to go out in the world one day and deal with a guy like you that talks about them like they're a piece of trash and a receptacle for your sperm. That is the way he talked about Moniece. And to me, as a man, R&B music, daughters, like all of this shit, you're supposed to be in some type of way emotionally intelligent, and that came off like you were emotionally retarded. So I believe Moniece has actual factuals. Moniece admits that she drove the getaway car and bought the walkie-talkies so that her homegirls with their forensic files, asses, them hoes knew what to do. Okay, we have to take off our socks because now they can test lint, girl. Yes, okay. They can test footprints too, so we can't be out here running on the grass in our shoes. We got to take off our shoes. We got to be quiet, and you can't just throw the egg. You have to go up to the car and then smash the egg and then smear it around with the paint so that nobody will hear it. Like, they knew what they was doing when they fucked over Tank. And it was because her homegirls and her friends heard about it and wanted to help her get back at him, and she went along with it. She even apologized and said that it went too far, and he still got on the radio and talked about her like that after she apologized to him because from her standpoint, she realized, like, as a parent, like, his kids were in the house at some point when some of this shit was going on. And the restraint that he had, she respected him because he could have been a fuckboy for real, and put his hands on her. And he didn't. And he could have done some other things, but he didn't. So she apologized and held responsibility for her part in the bullshit for being a young girl out here not knowing how to control her emotions. And then he gets on the radio or on Hollywood Unlocked, however, and does this. Like, I think it speaks for itself. I think Tank is a fuckboy, as we've all seen, and I think it's disgusting. And I think that Moniece is exactly who she claims to be. A bitch trying to do better. Okay, a bitch trying to do better. And in news that's kind of sad, but I kind of knew it would happen. Y'all, She's Gotta Have It on Netflix has been canceled. So they only had the first 2 seasons. Even though Spike Lee said he's not going to stop fighting for the show. There were some things in the first season that people complained about, disjointed, whatever, character flaws, what have you. But the second season, with Nola trying to find herself and then having, such sporadic moments and, it just all together, things seemed rushed and displaced in the way the second season was put together. I am someone who can watch from a pure entertainment standpoint and be entertained by the colors or the representation of Santeria or seeing Rosie Perez. I found my joy in different ways by watching this. Nola was stunning, braids, skin, energy, the lesbian sex scene at the beginning that I was like, so wait, nobody's gonna hunch? Wasn't realistic to me. No hunching? Girls like this, hunch, okay? Where is the scissoring? Okay, I didn't see any scissoring. You know what I'm saying? My own issues with some of it. But I felt like something was rushed, even though it took so long. Something was missing, even though I was appreciative of the depiction. Things were just like, oh, here's this. Oh, we want to speak on this, so here's this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shemeka storyline that would come in and out all the time. Or I forgot the homegirl, the best friend situation who was doing the art show for her and then starts to fuck with Mars. Like that, a lot of the storylines to me felt like they were coming and then decided to just not happen. So it just felt rushed. it felt rushed in comparison to the first season. So I felt that they may not bring it back because I felt like it might have cost a bit to produce it. And Netflix usually gets rid of any show that costs them more than the return. And I don't know how successful it was. I watched it twice. So yeah, I helped out Spike. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm disappointed. But at the same time, you guys should check it out, watch it, see how you felt. If you did see it, comment down below and tell me what you thought about the second season of She's Gotta Have It. So, this past week, Diddy decided that he was going to bring back Making the Band. And you young children may not remember this, but Making the Band was one of the biggest cultural phenomenons of the early 2000s, okay? It created so many memorable moments on the Chappelle Show. Like I can't tell you enough how much Making the Band gave to us as a culture. Dylon, because I spit hot fire. You're too close, man. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just that scene alone. Let's not even talk about when they was doing the taxes and shit. Like, oh my God. Or when, he sent them to go get the Cambodian breast milk and shit. Like, y'all. Making the Band definitely gave us some great things. But Aubrey O'Day, who was a part of Danity Kane, I believe, was Danity Kane the last group of Making the Band? Because before it was the guys. And only a few of those guys have gone out and become successful kind of on their own. Like Q, who was on, wasn't he on Love and Hip Hop at some point? I can't remember, y'all. I can't remember, y'all. I don't be remembering like that. But Aubrey, who has had her own fame. She dated that guy from, she was on Married Boot Camp last season. I know of her, but I also know her based off of doing too much surgery and just, being kind of annoying. You remember when Tammy went off on her? Never mind. So she said that she doesn't think that they should bring back Making a Band because Diddy never really works on any of his groups that he starts from Danity Kane. I'm gonna read to y'all what it says. After Diddy made it official that MTV's Making the Band is coming back in 2020, one fan said Danity Kane, along with others like Day 26, the all-guy group formed by Diddy, needed to be included. O'Day responded with, he can't finish any artist he starts. Y'all, the truth, okay? She went on to retweet a few fans who shared their thoughts, including one that said O'Day is the Beyonce of the group. I said, bitch, no, she is not. Bitch, no, she is not. But white people maybe, okay? Maybe. But let's get this fucking straight. The Dawn is the Beyonce of that group. And second best was fucking D Woods, okay? I'm not even about to go here with y'all, all right? I think Dawn is the Beyonce because I think when it comes musically, aesthetically, I think Dawn is the best artist to me. And D Woods has disappeared. I'm so upset about that. But at the time, in Danity Kane, Aubrey was a good number 3. Okay, bitch. But we was in love with D Woods. So let's just put that out there. And as far as somebody that's consistently done music and been about their artistry, I'm going to give that to Dawn. That is the Beyonce. Okay? I'm sorry. I don't even feel comfortable with y'all using a white person and describing her as the Beyonce of anything. Bitch, the Madonna. Find one of y'all's. Don't use one of ours. I do feel that way, that any artist that Diddy is going to bring about on 2020's version of Making a Band will probably never really, do well. Because ever since the early 90s, there hasn't been much effort put behind artists that Diddy brings to the forefront. Period. And there are even some from back then. Shine. Okay, like a couple of other people that he worked with who were huge when they initially came out that have just disappeared. All right, so we're just gonna let Diddy and Bad Boy end with 112. Like, go ahead somewhere, Diddy. We don't need another Making a Band from you. From you. Maybe from somebody else. Not from you. Okay? Unless you're gonna be giving us funny moments again, then by all means, give me the drama. I'm here for it. I might even review it. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but we gotta wait to see. Because if they come with some bullshit, y'all, I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time for no MTV show. And y'all, Remy Ma and Brittany Taylor are back on the blogs. Y'all know for like the past couple of months, we've been dealing with this situation where Brittany Taylor was trying to sue or press charges against Remy Ma for a fight that allegedly happened backstage at a huge event. But recently, Remy Ma has stated that she believes Brittany Taylor has been stalking her stepdaughter. Let's go ahead and read. Remy Ma is currently being charged with punching one of her Love and Hip Hop New York co-stars, Brittany Taylor, in the face. But Remy Ma has recently said that Taylor is the aggressor against her stepdaughter, and Remy has the screenshots to prove it. According to her lawyer, Dawn Floria, Floria informed a judge in Manhattan Criminal Court that Remy will provide proof via screenshots that Taylor has been harassing and bullying her stepdaughter, Dejanay Mackey, who's the daughter of Remy's husband, Papoose. Floria told reporters, they've spelled it two different ways, y'all, that's not my fault. Floria told reporters that Taylor has actively been calling my client's daughter as well as tagging her on social media. Remy doesn't want her daughter to be harassed by Brittany. Remy's attorney added that the district attorney overseeing the case does have an open mind, so there's hope that the charges against Remy will be dropped by the time she's supposed to be back in court on September 26. Taylor pressed charges against Remy with accusations that Remy punched her during a concert in New York. Interestingly enough, Taylor said the whole thing started as a result of her feud with Mackey. Taylor said, "What happened with me and Dej in Miami is I saved her. I saved her life. And Remy got aggressive. She was like, 'That's not what I heard,' and she punched me in the face." Meanwhile, Taylor has been posted up with her legal team. Remy's team released a statement in May stating that Taylor just wants to extort Remy. And she's also had her own court issues. She just got into an altercation with somebody that landed her in court. So I believe that, I think that what we learned from Brittany Taylor on Love and Hip Hop, as well as since she's been kicked off the show, is that she is very much throw a rock, hide your hand, antagonizing ass little bitch. Okay? You do things to people, and when they actually come through with them hands that you claim to have, you on rah-rah, and then all of a sudden, oh no, she hit me, call the police. Like, get the fuck out of here, Brittany. You're a hypocrite and you're full of shit, okay? And I just hope that everything is resolved and the countdown to Remy getting off of parole sticks, and that it is not held on any longer for this situation with Brittany, because it's obviously bullshit. Like, you used to constantly fuck with Bianca, and Bianca is the type of person to react on camera, and I think you knew that. So I think you gaslit Bianca a lot of the times, and we didn't see that. And because I used to get annoyed with Bianca's ass, I would blame her. But by the time we got to your last season at the reunion and Remy had to check you, it was obvious that you do things and say things, and then when people pop off on your ass, you want to play victim. Not here for it. Hopefully this will all resolve itself. But Brittany Taylor, bitch, you need to grow the fuck up. I don't care if you're 20 or 30, grow up. All right, y'all, let's talk about Blac Chyna's reality show on Zeus Network. I have not seen the full show, but I have seen many a clip online of Tokyo Toni being all in Blac Chyna's face, and Blac Chyna saying she will whoop her mom's ass, and her mom saying that somebody's in her ear, and I'm gonna find out who that bitch is, and I'm gonna fuck that bitch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tokyo Toni be doing the most. Tokyo Toni has done the most for a long time. I don't know what the dynamic is, but from what I understand, Angela says that her grandmother raised her, and Tokyo Toni says that that's bullshit, bitch. I raised you. I've been married for most of your life, and I had a husband, and I took care of you. She even said that she put her husband before Angela. And I think that a lot of stepkids feel that way. That may not necessarily always be the case, because parents have to show a united front. It doesn't matter if it's your stepdad. They can't allow for you to feel like you can manipulate or turn them against one another, because then what happens is, as a teenager, you find out you can manipulate your parents and you run with it. And then, as an adult, you have to pay for those things, because you've now been told or fed that you can get away with shit based off of manipulation. Now, I don't know if y'all paying attention to Blac Chyna, but I feel like the issues that Blac Chyna has with her mom are valid. And the way Tokyo Toni goes about things, and me looking at Angela, I think Angela has done the best with which she has been given from that crazy ass mama of hers. Now, allegedly, the mama quit the show. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I want to continue to watch the show, because beyond the fighting with Tokyo Toni, what else is there to talk about? Her daughter isn't going to be on the show. I don't know if they're actually going to discuss the Kardashians on the show. I don't care about that either way. But I see no point in reviewing it, but I've been seeing all of these clips and I feel like nothing that we've seen has been a surprise. Tokyo goes off online ever so often. Every couple of months, there's videos of her cursing somebody out and going off. Fuck Angela, fuck them Kardashians, fuck all that silicone in her ass and her face and da-da-da-da. Going off on her daughter, talking to her daughter like a hoe on the street. Which makes me feel more inclined to believe Angela's version of what her life has been like. It's her experience. And yes, she may not be sympathetic to her mom, but I don't think her mom allows for the sympathy. I think her mom is one of those people that think emotion and trying to calm the shit down and be amicable is a sign of weakness. She's a rat. I'm sorry, y'all. Tokyo Toni is a rat, all right? And I think Angela was raised to be a rat. And I think that any saving grace in Angela's life has probably been her grandmother, regardless to what Tokyo's experience with her Angela's grandmother, her mother was, because y'all know how this goes. This is a very well-known pathology. I fucked up my child, so I raised her child better and then make her resent me and her child because I give her child what I couldn't give her. Like, it happens often. And something makes me feel like that might be the situation between Tokyo and Angela, because Tokyo definitely resents Angela and I think is jealous of her. I think she is jealous of her daughter, and I think that Angela wants the love of her mother, but realizes that she can't keep doing this with her mom. So she just ignores her a lot of the times. And she gets online and says some nasty shit. I ain't seen my grandbaby and you ain't helped me. And you took my car and you left me out here destitute. Bitch, if you got a husband, ask him for help. Like, her dependency, her anger with her daughter shows me that she's jealous. And I think that might be based off of the fact that her grandmother raised her and the grandmother probably didn't do good by Tokyo. So I'm just telling y'all what I see based off of the clips that I saw. If another, it comes out on Sundays, I think. Sundays or Mondays. One of the days where everything else is coming on regular television. So I don't know if I will pick it up, but if anything else transpires, I'll come to y'all and we'll talk about those clips that are on the internet. Tokyo Toni also said that what was seen on the show has cost her opportunities. And I feel like, I don't know what opportunities you had that didn't already see you for the type of person that you was, based off of the lives and Instagram videos that you've always put out for the past, 5 years or so. Like, I feel like she's been putting out crazy ass videos. Do y'all remember when she'd have the strippers at her house shaking her ass on camera? Like, there have been so many different videos that Tokyo Toni has done that has showed this same type of energy that she showed on this show. So I don't know why now you're losing opportunities based off of this show. Like, girl, whatever, I guess. Them people didn't know. They should have done their research, because you done the same and much worse online talking about that girl. So I just kind of feel like, go on somewhere with that, Tokyo. You're not going to get sympathy out of me. Like, always on a basic human level, I have sympathy for most people on a basic human level. But when it comes to you up against Angela, no. Go on somewhere, Tokyo Toni. Get you some fucking therapy. Get better. Become a better person. Do something. But I see Angela's pain, and I see why she feels that way as it pertains to her mom. And some little, quick extra stuff that I'm picking up off the blogs as we speak. Mendices is getting out of jail next year, you guys. We're very happy for him. Harris was originally sentenced to a minimum of 8 years in 2015 after he pleaded guilty to drug trafficking. He confessed to being part of a drug ring that transported illegal substances from New York City to Rochester, New York. He said he was involved from 06 to 08. He fought the sentence, but it was later affirmed in an appeals court. He served 15 months prior to getting the green light for bail, and that time went toward his ultimate sentence. Ultimately, he will serve about 5 years total. He's already finished a substance abuse prevention class, as well as courses for budgeting and parenting while in prison. He also took classes for nutrition and public speaking. Okay, Mendices is in jail trying to get his life for when he get out in 2020. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Yandy. I know she misses her husband. Because they ain't really married. But, we're happy for them. We're happy for the Harris family. All right, y'all, that's it. That's all. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Check down below for the link to Firmoo. You guys always talk about how much you love my glasses, okay? All the glasses that you've seen me wear, these, the other ones, my lavender ones, I've got them all from Firmoo. The link will be down below so you guys can check it out, as well as the link to Omiyage, which conditioner has me all moisturized today, and So Be Love, which, you know, had me smelling all delicious and things. All right, so y'all get down below, description box, check out these businesses. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.